We are following breaking news. The U.S. has confirmed that its military has carried out a large-scale operation in Venezuela. President Donald Trump said Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was captured and flown out of the country by U.S. troops and law enforcement authorities. Footage on social media captured a series of blasts in the capital Caracas, while jets were seen flying over the city at around 2 a.m. local time. Venezuela has declared a national emergency and said it will resist the presence of foreign troops. Trump is expected to provide more details at a press conference later today. As one of its close allies, Iran condemned the attacks on Venezuela as, quote, a blatant violation of its national sovereignty and territorial integrity. All of this comes as tensions between Washington and Tehran are on the rise as well. That's because the protests all over Iran show no sign of slowing down. People across the country are continuing to voice their anger at the Islamic Republic. According to official sources, at least 10 people have now been killed, most of them protesters. And just on Friday, the U.S. president warned that if Tehran violently kills peaceful protesters, the United States will come to their rescue. For more, we can now speak to Sima Sabet. She's an Iran expert and a former talk show host at Iran International. She joins us from London. Sima, how are Iranians perceiving the news from Venezuela?
Well, like many other areas in the world, everyone is following the news with shock, surprise, and to be honest, I had a space an hour ago about updating the Iranian who they were on Twitter following the news. And of course, it came right one day after Donald Trump sent a message to Iranian states saying that if they start to kill the Iranian protesters, as Trump put it in the quote, loaded and locked. This means that they're ready for military actions if the Iranian government goes further in terms of suppressing the protesters, which we have seen so far. At least 17 people had the protest going on in them so far. As far as I know, that at least 11 people were killed during the protest, and tens of other people were injured. There are reports about arrests in many cities. So altogether, it's a very turning point for Iranians psychologically. At the same time, we heard today the Iran Supreme Leader talking to Iranian nations from a bunker, encouraging further suppression and crackdown of what is happening on the streets. So yes, it's a very important moment for Iranians.
Interesting. You say from a bunker. It bears repeating for viewers who might just be joining us. The U.S. says it has captured Nicolas Maduro, the leader of a sovereign nation. What signal do you think that sends to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei?
So far, Venezuela has been their close allies. And since last year, they have lost two very close allies, some like Assad in Syria and also Maduro in Venezuela. These two destinations were the ones that they were talking that if something happens in Iran and Khamenei and their allies need to leave the country, we'll go there. But now they're both gone. So this means that Islamic Republic is getting isolated and losing more allies day by day with the new international orders that we are observing in the region and beyond.
I take it that what has happened in Venezuela is resonating in Iran from what you're saying. What about the protesters? Let's talk about them. Might they be encouraged by Washington's actions?
I guess yes. Because at the same time, they are looking for further support from outside of Iran. Because what they're observing inside the country is massive crackdowns and suppression from the security forces. So any support from outside, any pressure on the Iranian government will give a hope to protesters that, the world is seeing us. We are not alone. But at the same time, it is very important that this is this is somehow would be a meaningful pressure on Iranian government, because Iranians inside Iran, there are about 90 million people. And these 90 million people never voted that Iranian government is going to pursue nuclear program, trying to build a nuclear bomb, which will bring all these costs upon their life. They never decided that they are going to spend the national money on proxies around the world, on paying to Hezbollah, to Hamas, to Houthis.
Well, Sima,
So this
if I may interrupt you, I mean, pressure is one thing, action is another. Would any kind of foreign interference be welcomed by the people taking to the streets in Iran right now?
Well, this is not something that I can talk on behalf of the whole nations. There are positive and negative views on that. Some people agree with the foreign influence or foreign, somehow any foreign help that could bring the Islamic government down. Some others are opposed to that. But what I can say is mostly agreed upon opposition and people is that they have to have a right to their fate, and in order to decide who is going to come after Islamic Republic. Nothing should be dictated or nothing should be decided for Iranians. Iranian nations have been fighting for democracy during the last 100 years. They have had two revolutions, which unfortunately none of them led to democracy. So
Understood.
I guess if Islamic Republic loses the power, in any way mullahs get out of Iran, then I guess this is going to be a momentum for Iranians to finally have a democracy and have a proper citizen right in the country.
We'll have to end it there. Political analyst Sima Sabet, many thanks to you.